And we're live. What's up, guys? So I thought I would do a stream, do a 30-minute stream. I just gotta wait for you guys to pop into the friggin' chat. What's going on, everyone? I thought I'd talk about the keto flu symptoms and revisit it and talk about things you guys wouldn't really consider as keto flu, so you may not be aware of it. So I'm gonna bring it to light. And as everybody's coming in, hi. Dawn, you're the first. And Briseis, you're number 2. What's up, everyone? So let's talk about the keto flu because it can go on forever, which can prevent you from adapting. What's up, Alex and Stephanie? Good name, right? What's up, everyone? Yay! Okay, so I'm going to make this brief and then take your guys' questions and enjoy my evening. Working, as usual. Okay, so there are weird things that happen. Love the braids. Oh, thank you. So one is dry eyes and sort of dry mouth. And people don't realize, like, they've been doing keto and all of a sudden their eyes are really dry and their skin gets really dry and they're like, what's going on? Well, that could be from a mucin or mucin deficiency. And a lot of you guys are just eating like the wrong meats that don't have the right fat soluble vitamins in them to deal with the deficiency. Now, people have tried primrose oil as a way to get that dry eye craziness. It's supplements and herb to remedy this horrible affliction. Sometimes it works, often it doesn't. So then we got to go deeper. So by the research that I've been doing, maybe vitamin A, retinol might help with the dry eyes. So that is something. So organ meats is something I really keep trying to push these days. And Happy New Year! Oh yeah, push the like up the chat. I forget to say, so you guys are doing it. Thank you to remind each other to like up the stream. There's 55 people here and only 11 likes. So don't forget to like up the stream by collapsing the X and yes, seeing the thumbs up, hitting it, and then reopening the chat. So Happy New Year, Tyler. We live, baby. Okay, so mucin deficiency is something that on all these keto channels that people don't talk about. And this information is for free. You don't have to spend $650 to learn this stuff. You just got to watch a lot of videos that are not in playlists yet, but I'm going to put them in playlists. That's the last thing I do. So mucin deficiency is a keto flu symptom that you may not connect as a keto flu symptom. When people think of keto flu symptoms, they're thinking of like, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm crashing, but there are deeper ones that we need to consider. So the other one, which is kind of weird, is constipation. And a lot of people don't realize that they are developing constipation. They're a little bit like, I missed a day of pooping. Like, I missed a day, right? A lot of people are missing a day. We thought I just wasn't drinking enough water. Exactly. I mean, that's why we're on this channel. And that's why you guys got to like the stream, because I'm going to give you information that you're not getting anywhere else. So some of the PhDs will have like snapshots of good information, but they don't cover all of it. So I'm here to cover all of it. So again, the mucin or mucin deficiency and primrose oil might help. Otherwise, you might have to go dig into the liver and deal with some of the fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A. Yes, yes. Hi, Stephanie. I started keto and loving it. No more flu yet. Okay, good. So the common flu symptoms are obviously, I'm tired. I have a small headache. But what's up, Jeffrey? What's up, Jeffrey? So, yeah, that constipation that comes up, that is classically, listen to me, people. There are 2 reasons, one main reason, but there are 2 reasons why people develop constipation on keto, and that is because you dump a lot of water. So forgive me if I sound like a broken record or a parrot, but for every 1 gram of a carbohydrate that you eat, bread, and rice, and sugar, and pasta, and ice cream, and chocolate, your body is holding on to 2.8 grams of water, and for some people up to 4. So y'all are just watery on keto. And so you dump the water because you're not eating the carbs, which hydrate the cells, that stay in the cells and make you look bloated. You dump a lot of water, you dump magnesium, and you can't poop. So they're kind of 2 in 1. You lose magnesium, and then you're dumping water, and then you're not drinking enough water. But the main reason is because of the lack of magnesium. And magnesium is kind of hard to get in food. I try to get all of your guys's like vitamins and minerals from real food rather than going to the supplement first. Yeah, I think my eye's pretty good. I still tested 20/20. So, although I have to come up to the phone to read a lot of words. No, no, no. So I don't eat pemmican. I guess you could make pemmican if you want to. But now let's get on to this keto flu symptoms that nobody talks about. So constipation, huge. Dry eyes and dry skin, huge. The other things that are very, very interesting that I want you guys to consider is swollen freaking legs. Swollen. So a lot of you women start to swell, right? Swell on your legs because you don't have enough potassium. And without enough potassium, the body tries to compensate by holding onto sodium, and then you swell like a freaking balloon. So you can't get away. That's why I'm like, yo, y'all doing carnivore, be very, very, very careful for the lack of your electrolytes. Super important. So I always suggest that people do how can I replenish your magnesium? Supplementation. Glycinate, and if you can't poop, citrate. There you go. Glycinate is number 1. Some people have some reaction, very few, to glycinate, so they go to malate, but glycinate is the main one that I recommend, the type of magnesium supplementation. And you can also do Epsom salt baths, and you can also do transdermal spray or lotion or whatever as other forms of magnesium. I mean, animal sources of food have magnesium, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Plants have magnesium. It's not enough. So we got to do the supplementation. That's the only one I recommend. Now, the potassium problem. Y'all getting swollen legs on the keto diet. Right, Janae? Y'all didn't know that your legs get all swollen on keto when you don't get enough potassium in. So, not potassium, sodium, they work together. Insulin, glucagon, they work together. So there are certain things that you have to consider that they balance each other out. So these two hormones, these two minerals balance each other out, and so do the hormones insulin and glucagon. So with the minerals, the potassium, the not getting enough potassium in, which you guys dumping a lot of water. Again, magnesium, potassium go down the drain, toilet, boop, boop, gone. And then your legs start swelling. And you just start getting enough potassium because people just want to run out the door and not get more specific. Right, Jeffrey? Okay, some more bananas. No, honey child. No, we're doing keto. Bananas are fructose, make you have like bad problems, liver, fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, bananas. No, honey child. You can get higher amounts of potassium from avocados and spinach. Not higher in bone marrow, but you can get it in bone marrow and in organ meats like liver. So if you don't have any histamine reaction, any diamine oxidase deficiency, the enzyme, then you can do the histamine high foods like avocado and spinach for your potassium. And then you'll notice that your sodium and potassium balance regulates, and then at night your legs aren't so swollen. Now, it could also have a lymphatic problem, but if you notice a swelling of the limbs right when doing keto, it's most likely a potassium sodium balance. And if women, you're just swelling in general, you better check that liver, you better check those kidneys, you better check that lymphatic system, you got to do some dry brushing, and you got to get your lymph system moving, swimming, moving, dancing, all kinds of things you want to do. So right now I'm not talking about calculating. Right now I'm talking about keto flow symptoms, because what happens on the replay is that people have a freaking heart attack if I don't stick to the subject. Okay? So relax. Don't have a freaking heart attack. Now, more weird stuff, right? So that's another thing they didn't realize is like the leg swelling, and it's obviously more prevalent in women. Women notice it very easily. Now, your reproductive hormonal backlash. Let's talk about that. So women start to have issues with their menstrual cycle. Not all. In fact, most are fine going over to a ketogenic protocol. But there are those select few. Now, if you're having issues with your cycle, you most likely had issues before, and keto is exacerbating the problem. So the problem is that your estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone becomes completely out of balance. And that is because of high levels of cortisol, and you guys are like intermittent fasting and going fasted to the gym. People are like, what's wrong with intermittent fasting? And I'm like, yeah, if you guys have to consider your prior damage to doing keto. Y'all have prior damage, and you have to consider that. So women, if you're not 28 days, 27, 29, 30 max, then already there's a problem. And then what happens is when women do keto, they're either bleeding a lot in their cycle, or their cycle goes away, or when people do it right, their cycle comes back. So with that said, y'all, stop asking about kefir when I'm talking. Mark, you know better, child, honey child. Let me just finish this, you guys. I'm almost done. Don't forget to like up the stream. So, especially when I get like random questions, and when I think it's something important, I look, it's not according to the subject, then it gets me off my flow. So, let's talk about ant flow. Thank you, Mark. So, with women, it's really important not to intermittent fast while doing a ketogenic protocol, because a lot of women go through this thing called pregnenolone steal, and they either bleed a lot, the cycle goes away, or the cycle becomes longer and longer if you already have existing estrogen dominance and your progesterone's on the floor. Now, another thing that women have that no one talks about is super high blood sugar during your cycle. I get this question all day, every day. Well, I've been measuring my blood sugar, but like this day before my cycle starts, blood sugar skyrockets, and they freak out. And I'm like, unfortunately, that's just how it is. With 99% of all the women that test around their menstrual cycle, you'll notice high blood sugar. And yeah, it will make your keto adaptation a little wonky, especially in the beginning. It'll be harder around that cycle to adapt. And so therefore, it's very important that everything else in your life must be in balance. So when you do go through your cycle, you're not going to experience like extreme sensations of PMS, premenstrual syndrome. Like guys, I know this doesn't equate to you, but with guys, might notice a drop in their testosterone. And another thing that people don't consider as the sun goes down is the crepiness of your skin. So a lot of people who are doing keto and they're fasting as well, they'll start to notice a couple things. Darkness under the eyes, which is your kidneys, and then they'll also notice the skin just gets really just crepey, like in rolls, like flappy. It doesn't feel strong and dexterous and tight when you fast and do keto at the same time and then drinking your coffee. So these are the things that no one talks about, because when you guys drink that Kool-Aid, like, oh, intermittent fasting so amazing and coffee so amazing, and then you look at people and they're a hot mess. They are a hot mess. These are things you have to consider, the physiology of what's going on when you fast, when you drink the coffee, and why you start to develop dark circles under your eyes, and why your skin becomes crepey from this gluconeogenic effect. So that's basically why you're going through gluconeogenesis, and it's more than what you predict. So I just had a consultation with an individual, and his numbers were all over the place. I was like, this is what happens when you fast, right? Blood sugar high, blood sugar low. You have no longer stable blood sugar, and when your blood sugar is not stable, you start to have crepiness. Hardcore. Okay, so a couple of other things that happen, and I'll just explain this very quickly, is because people are so dehydrated, they have like migraines beyond measure. So the migraines, the heart palps, those are more common on this protocol. So it's really, really important that you guys get your electrolytes and to make sure you drink enough water. Now, don't go over 3 ounces. And you would only need to hit 3 ounces if you're tall and if you're a sweater. If you're not, you're going to stick more around 2 ounces of water a day, and you're going to have to drink your water throughout the day, which is the reason why I'm always saying that I need to drink water in the stream, because you can hydrate yourself. Even if you hit 2 to 3 ounces and I hit it at night and I don't drink it throughout the day, I'm still dehydrated. Every time I hang out with people, keto or not, they're never drinking any water. And I'm always like, you should drink water. So that creates the electrolyte imbalance as well when you're not drinking enough water. So Bree says if you can just hold on a minute and not necessarily give them all the answers, because it's so distracting a little bit to the chat. And then people just start asking you for the answers instead of listening. So if you could just hold off a minute, Bree says, on answering all the questions. Yeah, so if you could just stop, because, and also you're giving advice, I don't know what you're saying, and I'd rather know what you're saying as well. Thank you, Briseis. In fact, when I do future streams, I wouldn't, when I'm sort of going over something, I wouldn't just, answer questions, especially when I'm trying to explain the subject, the title. But then when I start answering questions and I miss questions, please, by all means, please, because I love your knowledge and interaction with the chat. No, the dry eyes, I said before, could be a mucin or mucin deficiency. So you might need more vitamin A. And you also might just need to incorporate more organ meats for your fat-soluble vitamins. And also, there's primrose oil, but that doesn't always work. It's an herb. You can try that first or together with that. So these are sort of the uncommon keto flu symptoms that people don't consider, that I thought I would talk about since I've been doing this thing forever. By the way, you guys, I have a keto course. You can go to stephanieperson.com to sign up for it, where you don't have to pay $650 for it, but just $15 for a monthly membership, 1 month or many months. And then I also have an Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, which is sort of more fun now because I just post information every single day on the stories. So today I spoke about, so my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Today I was talking about food timing, how it's very, very important how you time out your food according to the circadian rhythm to adapt. So that's a subject I hit on my Instagram, but I'll hit that subject later on this channel because that's also a very interesting subject. Subject på svenska. Now, the Candida die-off is real. So a remedy that you can do for the Candida die-off as a keto flu symptom is just, one, you could do monolaurin, which is very common. I wouldn't necessarily rely on caprylic acid, grapeseed extract, garlic, oregano oil. What's really going to get it is more the monolaurin, the lauric acid from coconut oil, and also charcoal. So activated charcoal is really, really good if the hives and rashes get too gnarly. That's one way to remedy that issue. And a lot of people do keto and they start eating cheese. So that's another issue with people starting to have histamine responses. And if you have a histamine, so this is the stuff that no one talks about. So if you're doing keto and you're having a histamine response because you heard on all these other blogs, oh, eat cheese, that's a keto fat, and all of a sudden you're having a reaction to the casein and you wouldn't even know that because you weren't following Stephanie in the past, then that's something you can consider, that the histamine problem, the activation of histamine from your mast cells, it's very real. It happens in a lot of people with certain foods, and they don't know that they have an aversion of that food until they start pounding and eating mono foods all the time, nuts all the time, cheese all the time, cream all the time, and all of a sudden they don't feel well. So you might have a deficiency in diamine oxidase, which is an enzyme to break down the histamines, and that's a real thing as well. And also people having a problem with avocado and spinach for the oxalobacter bacteria that's missing. These are the things that we need to consider. For those who are trying to do carnivore, dealing with their histamine issue, please do a keto carnivore version. Please incorporate organ meats. Don't eat a bunch of ribeye without incorporating the brain, the tongue, or more often the liver and the kidneys to help the production of DAO. So that's a really important thing for those who are trying to do the keto diet and not feeling well. Okay, guys, I'm going to take your questions before the you never liked the cheese. I know yin yang. I was never that much into cheese anyway. Like I just have that natural sort of intuition. Like I was never a big sugar eater, and I never was just eating chips all day long, and I never drank coffee. I always felt there's something wrong with it. Felt like this is not healthy. So I think that's the reason why at 51, you guys, I have to say this every stream to remind you guys, because a lot of people still think I'm in my early 30s, and then they blame me being young for the reason that I have this type of physique. And I'm like, no. Plus, I used to be a pro skateboarder, and I busted my knee, had 10 surgeries, so I can't run or jump. So there's a reason why I keep remaining so lean on keto. And as you can see, guys, my gains are going up hardcore as of late. It's really interesting to be on keto for 11 years and watch the body get better as you get older. You guys can see old videos. I can't even look at the old videos. I'm like, so yeah. Let's see here. How do you remedy? So I'm going to take the questions. People on the replay, chill out. I'm taking the questions now. How do you remedy excess histamine? Like I said, Janae, it's taking more kidneys. So you can do beef kidney for the kidneys help the production of DAO, or organ meats, or rotate your foods. Also, don't eat mono foods. A lot of us like to eat the same thing and run out the door, and the histamine buildup is real, people. And just sort of try to test and see what histamine foods are bothering you, and then rotate them or take them out, like eggs, spinach, lemon, meats that are like leftovers, because there's, and aged meats, cheeses, eggs, cheese, all these things create histamine, and you just got to be very, 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 very careful. And because sometimes that buildup is just, you feel like you're having seasonal allergies when really it's motivated by a histamine response. People are like, I don't know why I'm so plugged up, but it's from the food, the mono foods you keep trying to eat. I asked my PCP for estrogen progesterone test. She agreed, but advised to have it done the second or third day of the cycle. Do you agree? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do. I mean, because that's the problem with blood tests. They're always changing. But I'm glad that she agreed for the test. Is kefir good for you? Especially like the follicle stimulating hormone test. That's very subjective. That's definitely having to do around your, and maybe she meant the FSH test specifically. Let me see, 2 liters or 2 liters. I said, not ounces, child. 2 ounces? That's like 2 sips of water, people. Come on now. See, I ordered homeopathic globules globules. I can't even say that name right. To help with the candida die off. Is that okay, or should I just stick to this coconut oil? No, monolaurin is what I said. The other one, this homeopathic, I don't know what that is, honey child. So never heard of it. FI, or is it FI? Yeah, or FL. See, Tyler Garcia, no coconut water. No, coconut water has sugar, people. No. Distilled water, if you filter tap water. People are like, I'm not the water filtered like expert, so you got to do your own research for that. Is lard? What is lard? What is lard? Is lard? What? I don't get that, the way you're phrasing that. I bought some for $1. I don't know, child. Hannah. No. You want? No. That's go to fatworks.com. Can you please confirm how much water per day? Okay. So, Rosalind, everyone is different. I said between 2 to 3 liters. If I said ounces, I'm really sorry. 2 to 3 liters per day. So you got to break that up all day long. 8 cups, 10 cups of water per day. Depends on how much your cup is. If you're doing a 10 ounce or 12 ounce cup. Let me see. I've been using Benadryl for histamine. Don't do that. Try to fix that histamine issue without having to use Benadryl. I mean, all this stuff at the end of the day is really hard on the liver. Can dandruff and itchy skin be a sign of candida? Yes, it is. There you go. Dandruff is fungus, yeah. Or eczema. Do you always like organ meats? Did you always? So I didn't eat organ meats for a long time. My mom made it when I was a kid, And I forgot what it tastes like. I just forgot. So then when I ate my first beef liver, I was like, oh, here we go. Because everybody like says it's so bad, so your brain starts already thinking it's going to be bad before you eat it. And as soon as I put it in my mouth, it was like, oh, there was the childhood taste. It was great. I love it. Liver is my favorite meat right now. And I go through cycles, like salmon becomes my favorite meat. Um, Pork belly became it for a while. Right now I'm in this cycle of really loving the liver. Ribeye used to be for a while, long while. Okay, was the blood, wait, what was the blood and urine test you mentioned in the prior? You mean, blood, there's all kinds of blood tests. You mean organic acid test to test the metabolites in the urine? Is that what you mean? Can you coconut oil for candida? Yeah, but it's not strong enough. You should get concentrated lauric acid or monolaurin. Beef head cheese is my new favorite. Is that a cheese? Because I've never had it. If it's cheese, it's not ketotic. Sorry. What's optimal keto range to heal me? What do you mean, numbers? But you guys, you need to be more specific. Okay, so your ketones need to be between a 1.8 and a 3.0 and around a 2.0 as the sweet spot, if that's what you meant. But you guys sometimes don't contextualize your questions or comments, or sometimes they're too long and then I get lost with that too. We're cooked in ghee today. Right, Jessica? Torres? That's amazing. What do you think about eating canned sardines in water instead of salmon? I mean, often sardines come in cans, so at least try to get BPA free, Tyler. That's all I can say. Instead of salmon. Yeah, instead of canned salmon. Tell you that cheese and other dairy always broke me out in really bad cyclic acne. Yeah, the casein is real, people. If you guys have gut issues, cheese is like putting gasoline on a fire. Like, no, it's no. You know, don't listen to stuff out there. That person over there has done differently with their DNA than what you've done. That's called epigenetics, and not all of us respond to the same types of things. You guys got to realize that. Love liver, chicken hearts are favorite for me too. Yeah, I love heart, chicken, and beef, but no way as much as I love liver. Yay! Let's see here. Is it okay to be a woman and still intermittent fast? No, honey, you are having issues, Anna May. You drinking that Kool-Aid. I feel like it's like Jim Jones town. Y'all drink that. I'm fine on intermittent. No, you're not. So can you explain to me, you guys, when you don't eat for over 16 hours, what's happening in the body? Oh, you don't know? You're just going to go and say, I feel good. Y'all really want to get that fat off. The way you want to get your fat, body fat down, is not by intermittent fasting. It's by regulating your insulin. Thank you, Mark. What do you think about kefir? Now, like I said, Mark, a lot of people have histamine issues and they can't even eat kefir. And it's got to be raw kefir from an A2 cow or else it's useless, right? So no pastured kefir. And for people who've got issues with the milk proteins, that's a no as well. So you have to test to see if you do have problems with it. Can you do a cooking episode? Yes, I will. Was it Lady Gondo? I did a whole live stream cooking liver. Like the whole thing was me cooking liver. So you just gotta put it in playlist so you can find it. How about eating a lot of chocolate since it has no cholesterol? Tyler, you want cholesterol on keto or else you won't adapt, okay? My diet's a high cholesterol diet, so you won't adapt on chocolate. Number one, it's cacao. Number two, if it's milk chocolate, you're not going to adapt. Sorry, guys. If you're going to eat any type of chocolate, it must be cacao butter, which is the white chocolate, because cacao, raw cacao, unfortunately, you guys, it also gives you histamine issues. It's got mold all over it, and it has caffeine. Sorry. Protein can I have day? I don't know, Mandy, how tall you are. I don't know Mandy, there is no one size protein for everyone, child. I don't know your stats. Chocolate is high in omega-6. Exactly. Do we need omega-6 more in our diet? No. No, we need to have less omega-6. What we want is animal fat because it has mono, saturates, and poly, which is omega-6, in the right balance, in the right ratios. You don't want to stuff a bunch of omega-6 in because that's going to become problem to the blood. The acidity. Yes, exactly. Girl, child, tell them. Chocolate is high in oxalates. So if you guys have a problem breaking down oxalates, that's right. Chocolate is very high. And a lot of people crave chocolate because they have a magnesium deficiency. So if you get your magnesium in, you may not crave chocolate as much. What's up, Katie? Okay, guys, I'm going to stay on 5 more minutes. We've got 80 people in the house. Can we like up the stream for Stephanie so we can bring some traffic to this page? And you got to collapse the X in the right corner and then hit the thumbs up to like up the stream. And I just want to remind you guys, I'm not a woman in my early 30s. I'm a woman in my 50s. So I've been doing keto straight for 11 years. Oh, it's all good. Deborah, we haven't had any trolls. And I'm going to get off soon. So we good. I'm allergic to chocolate, so Steph is right. Exactly, Bree says, tell him. Okay, my brother caught me eating tallow out of the jar with a spoon. That's so awesome. He was grossed out. And that's the thing, Jessica Torres. I mean, we have become so spoiled. All our food is so sterile. Like, we're eating, seriously, people are eating garbage. They're eating potato chips. They're like, liver's so gross. How can you eat it? I'm like, how can you eat the potato chip? Oh, brainwashing. Right, highly palatable, totally destroys your health. Yeah, no trolls. So we good. Let me see. Is it okay? Wait. Is it okay if I eat 5 times a day? Intermittent fasting is causing me to eat 3 times a day. And you're not supposed to do intermittent fasting. The only time you need to eat 5 times a day is if you're first doing keto or if you're hypoglycemic. So it seems like you need to learn a lot, my honey child. Okay, lots of good people ready to learn. Yes. How do you know anything about black seed oil? Yes, it's not keto, so. Alex and Stephanie, did you not hear the beginning? I said people hold on to water because they have most likely a potassium sodium imbalance. So they're not eating enough potassium. So that might be one of the reasons, but I don't know. I don't know if your estrogen is too high. I don't know if you have any problems with your lymphatic system. I don't know if you're stuck at a job all day long, which is a problem for people in their lymph system. Black chicken. Okay, do you have any more questions, you guys, before I go? I think I did a good job of breaking down the electrolyte imbalances. Can you talk about circadian rhythms soon? Yes, Janae. About red meat, do you eat it raw? I did for a couple weeks. I ate it raw and I stopped. So, can always be. Okay, so the circadian rhythm, I'll just say it really quick because I think I should do a whole stream about it. So right now, it's about 5 o'clock and the sun is starting to go down. That's the reason why, you guys, I always try to do streams before it's completely dark in here, because as soon as I turn on the lights, I'm being exposed to fake light. And that fake light is telling my brain it's still 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So between the 2 and 4 o'clock, your cortisol, which wakes you up, should start to go down, and your melatonin should spike. But when you start turning on all the lights, the cortisol, instead of going back down, it goes back up. And that's why a lot of you guys can't sleep at night, or it takes you longer than 8 minutes to fall asleep. Or you guys are waking up several times throughout the night. You guys are not following a circadian rhythm. You're looking at your tablets and your phones in bed. The TVs in your bedroom. Americans are so bad with that one. And it totally inverts your cortisol, which tears apart your body, essentially. So you're supposed to be getting up when the sun rises. You are. If you lived outside in a tent, you would never sleep past the sun rising. It would be too bright. So our hormones are 100% connected to day-night cycles. So that's the brief end of it until I do a whole stream about it. Okay, you did well as usual stuff. For future stream, I will off on answer. Yeah, Bree says because people get really like, and then they don't listen. So then it's stressful a little bit. Have you had any experience or any advice regarding drinking yerba mate? No. So you have to contextualize the comment. I work nights, 12-hour shift and feel like I can't lose weight. Yes, unfortunately, Crystal Hogan, like people who are second and especially third shift night workers, your body, no matter if you think you're sleeping 8 hours, your body, this is another thing about the circadian rhythm, it needs to be asleep between 9 p.m. and 12 midnight. That's when the first release of all this hormonal actions is going to happen. That's when the body's going to start repairing itself. So a lot of people start having issues with their beta cells in the pancreas and they become insulin resistant overnight. So you can't really lose weight with night jobs. It's very hard. Now, some people adapt, third shift night workers on keto, but it's 10 times harder than the average person who has a day shift job. I still actually liver just wait. I still eat actual liver, just wanted to add extra nutrients. What nutrients? You mean different foods with okay. No totals, right? So xylitol, erythritol, maltitol, they're all sugar. So that's a huge no on keto. Just stevia, and even stevia is a problem for some people. Okay, can anyone answer, is it okay to eat shellfish? Crabs. Yes, now shellfish I think has selenium and one more vital nutrient that a lot of people are missing. Is it the B complex? I can't remember, but shellfish are really, really important for people who've got certain deficiencies like selenium. Okay, why do I always wake up at 3 a.m.? You could be waking up at 3 a.m. because the organs are releasing like bile, for example, from the gallbladder, or it's cortisol or it's hypoglycemia. Let me see. I detest the industrialized world. We never get enough sleep now. Right, Yin Yang? I just have to turn off sometimes to the news, to what's going on in the world, because I feel like I'm just overstimulated, and then I try to learn about how to like grow my business and things of this nature, and I'm just like repulsed by what I learn. So I'm torn in this rock in a hard place. I'm not obsessed with clickbaiting. I'm not obsessed with lying to you guys. I don't know how they do it. They must get a little bit of dollars in their pocket, those other people. They've got programs on their site and do my keto program and do my intermittent fasting thing and get the results, and it's just and cheat your way. And there are no shortcuts to health, you guys. You have to work hard for it. I don't know, Lakanto is yin yang, so probably not. You require taste to what? To stevia, you can't overdo any sweetener anyway. Actually, was it Angie? I had a lot of people do a lot of stevia. Most people are fine with it. I was a stevia junkie, so I would tell people that they couldn't eat certain foods based on like cheese or nuts or caffeine, and then I would just sit and pound down the stevia, and so I just decided to quit, and it's 3 years now. I've not a drop of stevia, and I was a stevia junkie. All right, I was a stevia junkie. Oh, you're welcome, FI. What about grass-fed beef liver? Yeah, supplements? No. You guys just eat the liver. No monk fruit. That's just sugar. Yeah, that's just sugar. Thank you. Sorry, Yin Yang. It's sugar. Monk fruit is straight up sugar. I tried keto in the past, the heart palpitations. That's because, was it Katrina Tay? You didn't get enough potassium. Your electrolytes were horrible. This is the whole stream. So watch the beginning of the stream replay where I explain the whole problem with heart palps. It's typically a potassium deficiency or potassium sodium imbalance with not enough water in your diet, and potentially magnesium as well. How do you get all your salt? Just on my food? It's not that hard, y'all. It's actually hard to pull back on the salt. Selenium-rich foods. Is that a question mark or a statement? I put a little Himalayan salt on my stevia. It helps with the aftertaste. Yeah, like before when I was making a lot of recipes, I would always mix Himalayan salt. It cuts down the bitterness of stevia. So if I was doing lemon muffins, brownies, the fatty teas, ice cream, I always put Himalayan salt in to buffer. So you guys, I'm at 40 minutes and I think it's time for me to go because the sun's going down. I don't want to turn on a bunch of fake light and put on like ring lights in my face, which jacks up my sleep instantly. Is there a question? It's a question. About shellfish? No, about selenium, organ meats, liver, and bone marrow, and shellfish. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining this chat. Don't forget to like up the stream to bring people to this very humble channel. Thank you, Crystal. Is it? Thank you. Is it Virgin a coal or something? So thank you, Steph, for sharing what you know and doing these streams. Thank you, Adam. Gonna catch the replay. Okay, thank you, Deborah. Yeah, so I thought it would be a good stream to talk about the keto flu symptoms that no one talks about. They're like, hey, you get a headache, you feel a little tired. No, it's way deep, bruh. It's deep. And as you know, the thyroid is a big problem with keto flu symptoms. The loss of hair is real, people. I keep getting all the DMs. Is it why my hair falling out? I was like, if you guys stop looking at other people's channels and come to subscribe to this one. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to catch the live streams and also to hit the subscription thing button if you haven't already to grow this very humble channel where you guys see that I'm not selling a bunch of stuff and I'm doing a bunch of free information. If you guys watch my videos, you would easily adapt. Like, not easily as in right away, but you would have all the knowledge to adapt. Thank you, Tyler. I think so. It is an excellent stream because people are starting keto for the new. Oh, you're right, Brices. You're right. I should do keto New Year's resolutions, blah, blah, blah. So I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. Yes. Okay, guys, thank you so much. The sun is officially going down. It's a beautiful evening here in California, and I want to enjoy it by not being on my live stream. And as you know, when the sun goes down, I chill out. This is the mother-sucking business. Right? The business is real, right? Sorry, guys. I have to really express that. To subscribe to our Facebook keto course, go to our website, stephanieperson.com. Thank you, Deborah, for posting that. And I want to show you guys, I am not some 20-year-old or 30-something-year-old or even 40-something-year-old. I'm a 50-something-year-old woman with nice, tight, right skin from eating tons of fat throughout the years. And when I was in my 30s, I started getting wrinkly on my chest. Went away. My mother even commented, she's like, you got little wrinkles there. I was like, Mom, don't say that. I just keep getting stronger and more fit and healthy from the inside out, brain on point, sharp. So there is something to this whole keto thing. I know it's a trend. I know you guys do because you want to lose weight. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. If you do not put your body in balance first, forget about the whole fat loss on keto. That's ridiculous. But if you do it right, and if you're patient, and if you are diligent, and you are mindful, it is the best thing you'll ever experience in your life. That's what's up. I got some energy. Yes. Okay, it's weird I have to ask the same question over and over, and it was skipped every single time. I missed it, Christina. What was the question before I go? I don't have to. I see. I don't have a slow cooker. Is it okay to make bone broth regular pot? Yes, child. Seriously, Christina, you don't really need me to answer that. You could literally Google it. Yeah. If I missed something, it's because there's a lot. You got to remember, you have a phone that's this big, and then you've got like 50 questions to go. So if I step back, I see a bunch of questions. I step forward, and I miss your question. So you just always have to recycle it until I see it. Or you know what, Christina, write it in caps because I always see caps. Child, be patient. Patience is a virtue. Just like fat loss, just like optimal health, just like trying to fix their darn freaking liver, or estrogen dominance, or men with low testosterone, or high blood pressure, or the thyroid people are at it. Like, it's insane how many people have thyroid issues. You guys, it takes time. Y'all got to be patient. But, keto is not for the faint at heart, and it is not for people who want quick results, because that ain't going to happen. Nope. You have to put a lot of time into keto adapting. People run around saying they're adapted. They run around saying, I feel so great on intermittent fasting. It's so fabulous. It's so fabulous. No, it's not fabulous. It just frustrates me that you guys want everything fast. Only good things come to those who wait and who are patient and who are diligent. That's it. And that's time for me to get out. Don't forget to like up the stream. Let's try to get this channel some more people so I can get the word out there and debunk all of this nonsense about instant fat loss on keto in 7 days, and follow my stupid weight loss program. People are just trying to rob your pockets, and follow my stupid keto course thing where you have all this junky food and you do a bunch of intermittent fasting and you just wreck your health. Yeah, some people don't have a slow cooker, so pots, you got to think back in the day when people don't have no electric slow cookers, they just used a big pot. I know, Janae. But it works. But you should only put things in caps if you really, really feel like I'm missing one of your questions. So, we had no trolls today. It was a great, great day. Now the sun is officially going down. And when I start turning gray and green, it's time for me to go. Okay. I sound like a lot Valley girl, but I look like... I remember I grew up in Cali, you guys. I'm a ride or die Cali person. On my Instagram, I'm constantly be like, because I lived in Sweden. Alla som kommer från Skandinavien, du vet att jag försöker prata lite svenska. So people know that I lived in Sweden for a long time. Almost 11 years. And it scarred me for life. I cannot live in that climate again. This brown skin needs to be closer to the equator, honey. Like, I can't. So now that I'm back in California, I'm always like, where else would I live? And I'm like, nowhere? I gotta live here. I've traveled all over the world, but I still keep coming back home. Happy Friday, no trolls. Yay! I'm Stephanie. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Thank you. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay. Olivia's our studio. Okay. Bye, guys. Deuces. Peace out. Be patient. Love life and all that PC stuff. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Life, health now. What is it? Lika? Thank you. Thank you, Briseis. Always. Thank you, Greg. Bye.